Hi everyone, welcome to today's Hangout on Air. My name's Kathleen and I'm on the AdWords team based out of Dublin. I am joined today by two very special folks. We've got Ahmed Anvari, the product manager for Search Network and Display Select. And we've also got Eric Hubbs, our performance display product expert for small and medium businesses. And these guys are both based out of our Mountain View office. Hi guys, thanks for joining us.
Hey, how's it going?
So as you may be familiar, this is an office hours segment, so this is very much an opportunity for us to learn all about this feature of the product, and Eric and Ahmed are going to answer lots of questions. If you are watching from our Google Plus page, you'll notice a Q&A app featured just to the right of your screen. So if you have any questions as we go along, pop them in there, and the guys will get to them at the end. If you are watching this as a recorded event on YouTube, look below in the description bar and we will put some timestamps down below so you can jump around and watch the sections that are most relevant to you. And if you are watching on the YouTube page, why not go ahead and subscribe to this channel? We post all of our hangouts, our quick tips, our office hours, so it is a great resource for any advertisers to come and learn a bit more about AdWords and the product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to the guys, the experts, and they will take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Kathleen. Ahmad and I are pretty excited to be talking to all of you about Search Network with Display Select. Quite a mouthful. Try saying that 3 times fast. I think for the sake of brevity, we're going to stick to the acronym SNDS, or maybe the short name Display Select. So just so everyone knows what we're talking about when we say SNDS or Display Select, we do mean this campaign type, which is called Search Network with Display Select. So what are we going to be covering today? We're hitting 4 main areas. First of all, we're going to talk about the product, how it works, what the benefits are, what the features are, and really help all of you decide if it's something that you want to use, if it's something you consider upgrading to from whatever campaign type that you're currently using. Second, we're going to talk a little bit about how it works in the wild. We're going to look at a couple of use cases. We've launched this for a few months now, so we have a lot of happy customers, and we're going to just look at a couple of them and see how they've used SNDS, or Display Select, to grow their business. Third, we're going to show all of you how to get started. If you've been convinced and it's something that you think could benefit you, we'll show you how to actually activate it in your AdWords account. And last, we'll of course get to questions. We've got some that we've heard from a lot of advertisers, and then we also will be looking at the live chat, so don't forget to plug those questions in. Ciao to Gabriel. There we go. So just a quick introduction. I want to talk about what we were talking about today, but again, my name is Eric. I'm what's called a product expert here, which means I have my ear to the ground. I'm constantly working with customers and our support teams to listen to feedback, understand what about our products work, what doesn't, and then I get to go work with the product management team, the engineering team here at Google to make our products even better. So we have one of our product leads here, Ahmad Anvari, who's going to tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a product manager at Google.
Yeah, so I've been at Google for a couple of years now. I'm a product manager for Google Display Network, and I'm responsible in this role. I'm responsible for keyword contextual targeting as well as search with Display Select or SNDS. But what really excites me every day is the fact that you're building products for businesses to get more customers and grow their businesses, which is something that I get really excited about.
Awesome. We've gotten to work together for a couple of years now on this particular product. So why don't we just go back a little bit and talk about the history. Why did we develop and launch Search Network with Display Select?
Yeah, so we heard through you guys, through our customers, that display advertising is complex, and setting up display network campaigns is complex. Setting up campaigns and keywords and bids and creatives and optimizing them, this is a pretty complex process. So we had that in mind as a first principle for developing this product, right?
Now, you mentioned the display network. I know a lot of our advertisers know our search network really well. What's the opportunity within display? Why would a small business customer even consider display?
Yeah, so Display Network, we have about 2 million websites like weather.com and NewYorkTimes.com, and these are our partner websites that are rich in content. So not everyone actually spends all of their time on Google search. Like 80% of the time people spend outside Google search, browsing content, or reading reviews, or reading forums, and consuming content that is off search. That's why I think there's a big opportunity for advertisers to reach customers who are not necessarily search customers at that point.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, 2 million websites, that's a lot of websites. If I owned a small business, I probably wouldn't really need to advertise on all 2 million of those websites.
Right.
So does this display select help kind of determine which websites would be best to show ads on, or what is the select part here that we're talking about?
So the select part is basically just the name select means it's very selective. So we have tightened our targeting, keyword targeting, significantly, and using like hundreds of different signals to figure out where and when the ads are going to perform best and lead to conversions. So think about it this way: if you have 2 million websites, you have multiple opportunities to show ads about, let's say if you're a toy store in Indiana, for example. Your keyword, your search keyword is toy store and buy toys and stuff like that. Then you have different bids for that, and we pick users who are searching for those keywords at the right time on Google search and show ads there. But there are users who are not using Google search at that point, so they're also from Indiana, but they're browsing content about toys or reviews about certain toys. And at that point in time, that toy store has the opportunity to show their ads on those pages, on those review pages. And those review pages are very selective. Because we know that people, statistically with our algorithms, we know that people who review those pages are more likely to convert and lead to being a customer for that particular business. So we show that ad selectively on those high-performing pages, hence the name Select.
Great. I think what made me understand it a while back was just thinking about myself as a consumer. I've got limited money,
right.
And when I buy products or services, I'm not necessarily ready to buy as soon as I do a Google query on our search engine. I may want to look at consumer websites, read reviews, see what my friends have to say. And at any point during that journey, I may be finally ready to purchase.
Right.
So it sounds like SNDS allows you to have ads wherever a customer is ready to make that final purchase.
That's right. So in addition to our keyword targeting tightness algorithm, that we basically pick only pages that are highly relevant to keywords for that advertiser, for your business. And those keywords could be basically the same keywords that you're using on search, and the same bids that you're using on search, plus the same creatives that you're using on search. And we automatically figure out what pages they should be shown on because of the contextual or content relevance. Plus, we also have other algorithms that predict pretty accurately. Over the past couple of years, we have developed these algorithms and we have enhanced them, improved them a lot. Which impressions, which opportunities are highly likely to convert. And the principle that we have in mind for SNDS is quality over quantity. So we want to be very selective in showing ads to those users at the right time and not show, not waste any opportunities on display.
Okay, great. So it sounds like there's a huge opportunity of people out there on the display network, and then our system, the display select, is what figures out where those ads should go by looking at a whole bunch of different signals and algorithms, which I think is just a fancy way to say that it's thinking for advertisers who are probably busy running their businesses, and finds those people who want to buy their products.
That's right. So I guess the thing is that like I said, the most important thing about these algorithms is that the fact that they're pretty trained on all our advertiser data, which we have tons of data to figure out which impressions are highly likely to convert, and like I said, the concept of fewer impressions, better click-through rate, and better conversion rate are the principles that we designed this product for. So as a result of that, you'll get few impressions on the Google Display Network, but those impressions compared to our old campaign type, which is our legacy search network with display. Search and display.
Yeah.
Search
also a mouthful.
Exactly. So that those are 35% more likely to get clicks and 35% more likely to actually lead to conversions. So you've reduced the number of impressions, but they're more likely to convert and they're more likely to get clicked on.
Okay, sounds pretty sophisticated. Yeah. How easy is it to turn on and actually use? I've heard from SMB customers that it's actually fairly easy.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing. Is that by design?
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, we have two principles in mind: efficiency, and the second one is simplicity. Right? Simplicity means that advertisers who are using our Google search products and they have keywords and bids in their ad groups, they can just opt into this new product and extend their reach by just going to the settings tab and changing their campaign type. So it's just a couple of clicks really to opt into this product and get additional benefit.
Great. Now I know image ads are an option with this display, with this type of campaign, but is it required? Is it needed in order to get this really great performance and put ads in front of people who really want to buy?
Yeah, in fact, it's a very good question. So image ads are not required. Like I said, if you have text ads, creatives,
which come from your search campaign, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so you already have them. You can basically start running on SNDS, just using a couple of clicks. But image ads usually improve your opportunity to show ads on pages. Some pages only require, on our Google Display Network, only require image ads, so it can potentially extend the reach a little bit further, but they're not required at all.
Okay, great. So it sounds to me that this product was really designed for advertisers who are just getting started with display. So maybe they're only using search, or they've tried out display in the past, and maybe it's done that sort of broad approach and put ads on websites that maybe didn't turn into customers. And that may be a goal of some of the folks out there, is to only show ads where there's a high likelihood for somebody to become a customer. It sounds like this product's perfect for that.
That's right.
And so, if people are looking at their accounts and they notice that they only have search campaigns, this might be a really great way to extend those search campaigns, keeping the same performance, which means you're putting ads in front of people who want to buy, same type of customer, but they're doing it on this new available inventory, which is the display network. But they're doing it sort of a risk-free way, right? Yeah. And then the other opportunity, huge opportunity, I'm sure, if people are looking at their accounts and they see search and display campaigns, that's our old type, the search ampersand display. That's probably also a good place, good people to go ahead and upgrade to this SNDS or search network with Display Select. That's right. Okay, great. So I believe that we're actually, this past Monday, we announced that we're going to be moving everybody from the old.
So the announcement last Monday was that if you have legacy search and display network campaigns, which was our old hybrid or bundle type account or campaign type, we will be moving you to this new higher efficiency campaign type, SNDS, on September 16th, and for you guys to get more benefit from our.
Now, do advertisers have to actually wait until September 16th to upgrade and get this better experience?
No. So in fact, we have developed interfaces on AdWords, so you can just log into AdWords, go to your settings tab, and then click Get Started and start the upgrade process. There's a guided flow which guides you through the upgrade process. You can just click and take those options and then just move and finish your upgrade process.
Great, and then your campaign will be performing better, showing ads on websites that are more likely to turn out customers for our clients, our advertisers. Great. Okay, so for the visual folks, let's go ahead and switch to a presentation here so we can just talk through a recap of really what the main products and features are of Search Network with Display Select. So, first of all, you can see that right at the top there. The big opportunity is here that our SMB customers can use SNDS to grow their businesses. When you turn from search only into Search Network with Display Select, you're pretty much on average going to see 15% more customers who are going to be calling you, walking in the store, purchasing, all of those direct action types of things coming from customers. So that's a big opportunity. For those who are switching from the old search and display into the Search Network with Display Select, they'll see a 35% improvement in their click-through rate as well as their return on investment. And that, again, is because we're reducing the actual number of impressions and clicks, and we're isolating only the clicks that are really likely to convert. So that improves return on investment. Okay, so the second thing is easy management and setup. Like we've talked about, sorry guys, we forgot the slides there. So here we are, that first slide about reaching more customers. The second, we've got the easy management and setup. You really, it's only a couple of clicks. Whether you're upgrading from the old system, search and display, into the new system, just a couple clicks in your campaign settings. Or if you're moving from search into SNDS, it's one click, maybe two. So pretty easy. And then last here, we're really only showing ads where they're likely to perform, where they're likely to actually turn out a customer. So next thing I want to just chat about again is who is this product good for? And this is the visual for showing people who used to use search and display. They're going to experience that 35% improvement in the CTR and their ROI. And then you have those search-only customers who, if they switch, they will receive 10 to 15% more conversions, more people who want to buy their product. Okay, great. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into. Oops, I'm switching around a little bit. My apologies there. Let's talk a little bit about some examples. We've actually used this product for lots of small businesses. You want to talk through one that you've seen get some great results?
Yeah. So, like you said, there are two different use cases for using SNDS, and first one is search-only advertisers who want to extend their reach, and the second one is advertisers who are using our legacy bundle campaign to get better efficiency using this new product. One example that we saw was this company that wanted to start using AdWords, Porter's Patch, and it's a small like family farm in Wisconsin, that they wanted to reach customers online. And first thing that we suggested to them was to use SNDS, and they started using SNDS. As a result of that, they met their goal, which was driving more customers to their website, and then also turning those customers into actual real buyers and real visitors to their farm, which is a great story. And as a result of that, they received about 20% increase in their website visitors, and those website visitors costed them 60% less per click compared to the previous setup. So it's a pretty good story from one small business that used this new campaign type.
Great. So the theme there, they were able to grow, but they didn't have to spend more to do it. They're
That's
actually
right.
getting cheaper clicks on the display network that did perform, that did turn people out to their pumpkin patch.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to set up. I mean, these are not our sophisticated group of advertisers. These are people who need simplicity, need to grow their business in a way that it's pretty quick and easy to set up and manage.
Sure. No, that makes perfect sense. All right, so let's head into one other case study that I found quite interesting. This is Blindster. So they're a business that helps put window coverings on windows, and they're only online, so people find them on the internet. And they're interesting, but not entirely unique in that they want orders now, today, but they also have a secondary goal of building brand awareness and showing people the beauty of their products and getting into people's heads so that when they have the need for blinds, they think of Blindster. So, they sort of got this dual purpose of being able to engage with customers and get them interested in buying their product and then actually moving them through the buying process. So Blindster hadn't used a search and display campaign in a couple years. They tried it a few years ago, and they'd experienced good reach, which means their ads were on lots of websites, but they experienced that problem that we talked about when we developed the product, which is that they didn't necessarily show on websites to people who wanted to buy their product immediately. So they turned it off, probably went to search only, and we had to sort of go back to them and talk about how we've improved, just like we've talked about in this Hangout. And they went ahead and tried it. They turned their search-only campaigns into Search Network with Display Select. And what they experienced was pretty phenomenal. They saw 1,300% more impressions, which is sort of the first part of the story. But the second part is that they actually received 22% more conversions, which means people who actually wanted to buy their product. When you look at the cost of those conversions, they were actually on the Display Network 37% less than they were on the Search Network. It's not always the case. We're usually at about even, but it's pretty exciting that it is possible to receive those less expensive conversions on the Display Network when you have this hybrid campaign. So
the reason for having like less expensive conversions is because one main reason is that our Display Network has a lot of opportunities, like has a lot of impressions that are related to that concept. Plus, our Display Network is not as competitive as our Search Network. So those conversions can be achieved at a lower price.
Great. Okay, so let's actually zoom into an actual AdWords account and just show how easy it is to get started.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've drummed up a little bit of interest in the audience today, and so I want to make sure and show the tangible how to actually use this product. So if we look here on the slide, when you create a new campaign, there's 3 options there, and now the first option is Search Network with Display Select.
Mm-hmm.
If you select that option, you have created this high performance display and search campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's the only step that's required there. If you are currently using search and display and you want to go ahead and search, you would go ahead. There's a notification in your AdWords account that you can go ahead and just say upgrade the Search Network with Display Select.
Mm-hmm.
You could also go to your settings in that actual campaign and make that switch. That's true for search-only campaigns as well. You go to your settings tab within your campaign and switch from search-only to Search Network with Display Select. That's it. All of these very sophisticated targeting techniques apply, and we are going to only be targeting people who are very interested in purchase on the display network.
Yeah, so there's campaign settings in your settings tab, and then under that it says type, and currently it says Search Network only. You can click Edit and click and choose Search Network with Display Select as the first option, and then switch and start getting additional customers.
Okay, great. So let's jump into some questions.
Yeah.
Definitely encourage the audience to ask some questions.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got some that I've received from customers worldwide. We both do quite a bit of traveling in Europe and Asia and all over the place. So we definitely have heard some good questions. So we're going to use some of those. I also want to just take one quick question about when this product will be released worldwide. Mm-hmm. And the good news is it already is. So everything we've shown you, everything we've talked about, is available to every customer worldwide today. So any customer can upgrade from search only into Search Network with Display Select, or they can move from the old search and display into Search Network with Display Select. Yeah. So it's available today. Log into AdWords and check real quick. Yeah. If you have any problems, you can always contact our support team.
Yeah, just a quick clarification on the September 16th date is that this is the date that we automatically upgrade everyone to this new campaign type. It's like Eric said, it's available right now. It's just that on that date we'll upgrade everyone automatically because we've seen success in this product and we're continuing to invest more. So we want everyone to move into this higher efficiency product now.
Okay, great. So now let's look at one of our common questions, which is advertisers who are worried about the types of websites that their ads will appear. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're a little worried that we'll show them on websites that they wouldn't approve on. Mm-hmm. How does Display Select help with that?
This is a great question. So Display Select, and in fact all our display offerings, they're pretty transparent. So once you run your campaign, start running your campaign, like a few hours after that, you should be able to see exactly which websites your ads were shown on. And Display Select, like I said, is a pretty high efficiency, highly targeted campaign subtype. So if you go to your settings tab, you go to your display network tab under placements, you'll see a list of websites that your ads were shown on. You can sort it by impressions or by cost. And you'll see exactly the domains that the ads were shown on. You click on details, and you see the exact web page. And you'll see, we've seen hundreds of different campaigns. You'll see that this new campaign type is highly targeted. So your ads are shown on very, very relevant web pages.
So most of the time they'll be excited to see the websites that they're on. But you're saying there is an option that they could exclude websites.
Exactly.
Maybe they're not.
That's right.
So,
yeah. So you can just click on the website that they don't like. Maybe it's a competitor. Maybe for some reason they don't want to be shown on that website. They can exclude those websites. They also can exclude topics. For example, if they don't like the category, a certain category of websites, they can exclude it also in their campaign.
Okay, great. Now, another question that we hear a lot is about quality score. A lot of our advertisers want to make sure their quality score stays good. They know that click-through rate affects that quality score. And now we've got 2 types of click-through rates, search click-through rate and the display click-through rate. So the question is, will the display click-through rate affect their quality score at all?
So the quality score that is shown on your AdWords account is search quality score, and SNDS won't impact that because it's showing ads on the display network. The quality score calculation is done only on impressions that are shown on the Google search result pages. So that's why you just can, like, it's a low risk play for advertisers. You can just opt in this new campaign type, and then I ensure that their search quality score won't be affected by that.
Good to hear. Usually they're pretty relieved to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another question that we hear a lot is how does the system, Search Network with Display Select, this fancy back-end system, determine how much of the budget goes to search versus display?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So we built, like I said, we built SNDS with this in mind to provide the maximum value for advertisers. And for every impression, we figure out if it's worth showing it at this point in time for the advertiser or not. And we have opportunity to show ads on Google Search in this hybrid campaign type, or on Google Display Network. And every decision, every time we have the opportunity to show this ad, we actually make that decision. We don't allocate certain budgets for display, but our system automatically adjusts the budget to deliver the best value for advertisers. And on average, advertisers should get about 10 to 20%, on average maybe 15% additional spend, or think about this way, almost about 15% of your entire budget or spend will go to GDN, and the rest still spends on search. So the SNDS campaign is still a search-heavy campaign, and the small amount is going to display, and our systems automatically figure that out, how much to maximize the value.
Yeah. Now, could it happen? I mean, you're using averages. Could it happen where there's no spend on display? What would that mean necessarily for an advertiser who sees that?
Yeah. So that means that we don't find opportunity, a good opportunity for that advertiser for that particular campaign to show ads on the Google Display Network. So our systems are smart, and they learn over time. And you start at a certain point, and then we figure out that at some point that it's not worth showing ads for this particular campaign on Google Display, so we shut down the spend pretty much at that point in time. And that's why we keep repeating that it's a low risk campaign type for search advertisers.
Okay, great. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up all of our questions and our hangout here on Search Network with Display Select. We do encourage everyone to continue asking questions. We will follow up after the hangout on air. Always encourage everybody to give a call into our support center. They've got great answers, and if they want some more unique information to your particular campaign or your particular scenario and your goals with AdWords, please give our support team a call or a chat any way that's most convenient for you. So I think I'll turn it back over to Kathleen.
Great. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, guys. That was fantastic. I think maybe one of the reasons we were kind of light on questions today, because you guys covered all of the details. I know the few kind of lingering concerns I had about this feature has totally been wiped away. It's definitely something I, as a member of the support team, will be encouraging everyone I speak to do that upgrade well in advance of the September 16th launch. So that was fantastic. And like Eric said, for anyone who is watching as a recorded video on our YouTube channel, if you do have any questions or you're unsure about any of the things that the guys covered today, give us a call. Chat in. We have 24-hour chat support, and we are all over all the social media channels. So whichever way you best like to contact your AdWords team, we will answer your question. So we will wrap it up. Thanks again so much, guys, for joining us. And until next time, have a great rest of your day, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll leave it at that. Bye-bye.
Bye.